Alright. So I kind of just left off out here. I was doing a little soloing. I was just getting my solo on, which I can solo pretty decently. Like back in the dunes, like the dunes is way lower level than I would be grouping now. I'm level 28 now. I'm almost high enough level to unlock advanced jobs. And as soon as I can, I'm getting Beastmaster. Like I'm unlocking Beastmaster, and we're gonna go on our Pokemon journey again. And on this server, Beastmaster's been pumped up. It's even better than it normally is. But let's switch back to my usual setup. I don't even need this shield. I don't even need it. It kind of gets in the way, so let's take the shield doesn't really do much for me as a red mage. Let's look at all these people waiting around here. Oh my god, that name. Poon Love. Man. Oh hey, look, there's a Pokemon master right there with their crab familiar. Okay, so let's teleport back to town. Oh my god, 800 gil or 800 conquest points. That is expensive. That is goddamn expensive. I could just go back and I don't know. I can afford the conquest points. I can afford that. Just ouch, that's a big ask for teleport. Alright. Oh, also, right, cause when I'm alone, just playing, I usually crank everything down and, you know, I have other things going on in the background. Let's get our music back. Because I do like the music on this server. There we go. Oh yeah, right now I think it's Bastok. Their conquest rolled around. So right now, Windurst managed to capture the Ronfar. No! But yeah, right now Zulkheim is under Bastok control. Funny enough, Sandoria is still #1, even though we don't own a lot of places, but I guess we own some of the important places, right? Yeah, we own more of the higher level areas. But Windurst is doing surprisingly well, actually. It's like, I think Windurst is still... So it looks like Bastok and Windurst are tied for second place, so there is no third place. They're tied. But Sandoria #1 still. Still #1. So, okay, I mean, I have story quests to do, but the main thing I want to do is to get my fishing rank up, actually. So, in order to rank up my fishing, I need a specific fish. So I need to switch to the Halcyon Rod and the Fly Lure. So if you look into my skills right now, I am fishing rank 19. I've gained a lot of levels fishing. But the levels that I've gotten fishing, honestly, despite the normal trend in games like this, the levels were much slower early on. Like, right now, I level up faster than I ever did when I was, like, Fisher level 1 through 10, right? Like, the levels are going quicker now. I think what it is that now I actually have proper fishing gear, like, hold up, I have the full set of fisher gear now, like, every single piece. Yeah, so here's the fishing equipment, like, the whole set. So that gives me +4 to my fishing stat. And I think just having that alone, it makes fishing much faster. Like, the higher your skill, the faster you can reel in the level appropriate fish. So I think I just fish faster, so I level up faster. but the next guild test item, I need a cheval salmon, which I was fishing a ton of those earlier, but then I leveled up and like, so okay, I went from salmon to tricolor carp, and then I went to giant catfish. The giant catfish, they sell for 100 gil every catch, so it's actually pretty decent for money. Like, I've got 12,600 gil now, and that's all fish money. Like, that's just fishing money. Alright, so salmon's really easy. Here's the fortunate thing. So for salmon, you can catch them anywhere in the Cheval River, and that includes right here. See, the river goes through the whole zone, but literally you can fish right here outside of town, and this'll get the fish for you. So, let's get a salmon. I only need one. Yeah, I know, the fishing game is intense, but I love it. I love the fishing game. Oh, I don't have enough skill to reel this one in. I'm kind of curious what exactly it is that I'm reeling in. Like, what do I not have skill to catch exactly? Well, whatever it is, I don't have the skill for it. Every now and then you'll get lucky and you can reel it in even if you don't have the skill. I'm curious what the other fish is now. Okay, that's just trash. I hope the area hasn't been overfished. I hope not. That's something I've run into. While it isn't possible to 100% deplete an area, if too many people are fishing, you will get kind of a scarcity, right? So more often when you fish, you'll just fish up rusty buckets and nonsense like that. Like, you'll still get the proper fish every now and then, but it'll come much rarer, much harder. Ooh, nice! Skill point! I wasn't really thinking I'd get a skill point, but that's good. I think I'm pretty close to level 20 with fishing now. So, okay, we got our cheval salmon. So the next place I can go is the fishing guild down in Windurst. So we have to teleport yet again. I can't help it that God, I love the fishing game so much. I just love it. Also, I need Saruta oranges. I wanted to get into crafting, like, proper cooking crafting. And a good recipe uses Saruta oranges and water crystals. Water crystals are dirt cheap, and the oranges are dirt cheap too, as long as you go to the right place to get them. So who controls Saruta right now? Bastok. So if I want cheap oranges, I'm gonna have to go to Bastok. I'd rather not do that, but I'm pretty sure if I buy on the auction house, it's gonna cost way more money. Alright, I keep thinking I need to go that way, but in order to get to northern Sandoria, that's through the middle here. Through the middle. But I do find myself kind of getting more caught up with playing the market and fishing and, you know, the non-combat stuff, right? True. I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, now that we know fish can feel pain, it makes fishing a little less whimsical and lighthearted and fun, right? But look, in Final Fantasy Land, the fish don't feel anything, so it's fine. Look, the fish are made of ether or something, I don't know. Final Fantasy, crystals, everything's crystals. Which, that reminds me, in Final Fantasy XIV, you, like, desynthesis is a thing, right? Like, breaking items down into their component parts. you can desynthesize fish in that game. Like, think about the implications of that, because when you desynth, you're basically like breaking down the item on a molecular level, right? Just ripping it apart for its base materials. So doing that to like a living fish is kind of nightmarish and horrible, but like that's not, yeah, that's kind of horrifying, but like no, it's lighthearted fun. Look, you break the fish down into water crystals, alright? It's fine. Alright, I think the main thing you get when you break fish down in that game is sand. Which I assume that's just sand that was like going through the fish, like through its gills. Terrifying. Yeah, I know, right? Like, wait a second. If you can desynthesize living creatures like fish, well, wait a second, does that mean you can desynthesize any animal? Can you desynthesize a person? Like, there's such a horrifying implications to all of that, right? And this guy's just called Corpse. Alright, so I got my fish. Let's head on over to Saruta Baruta. Oh wait, I clicked, or I didn't click, I pushed the button too fast. Saruta Baruta, 200 gil. That's nice and affordable. Yeah, but look, we're the warrior of light. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're the good guy. Okay, so the Fisher's Guild is going to be down below the pond on the wall here. So we got to go way down to the south part of the zone. Wait, spaghettification? What? Oh, hey, look at that airship in the background. Nice. Just seeing people going, doing their thing, just on the airship. I don't even, I'm trying to think what spaghettification could even mean. Like, and everything I think of, like, is just more horrible than the last. I don't... Is this gonna bring new meaning to spilling your spaghetti all over the floor? Oh no. But is it bad that all this, like, fish and spaghetti, like... Man, I'm really hungry. Like, I mean, I'm real hungry. I am incredibly hungry. Alright, so just a little more further. A little further south. We getting there. We getting there. I mean, that sounds highly theoretical. Highly theoretical. But, like... also terrifying, Sito. Oh. But also, I guess that's like literal spaghettification, right? Alright, into Windurst, into the city we go. With salmon in hand. Alright, so the Fishers Guild is down here. Okay. Also, I do like the nice, happy, whimsical music in this town, right? I'm not a huge fan of the overall, like, the city as an overall package, but I do like the whimsical tune of it all. If only it weren't for all the Taru Taru and cat girls here. If you just removed them, this place would be fine. Alright, so I have the salmon, but I think I need to talk first. Are you ready to try your luck at something a little bigger? Go out and catch me a cheval salmon. Bring one back and I'll give you a new fisherman title. How about that? I happen to have one right here. Got a lot of things in my inventory, actually. Need to clean that out. Oh, looks mighty delicious. I think you're ready for the title of Initiate. If you got the rocks, you might want to try ferry fishing. They keep trying to push me to go fishing on the ferry. Alright, I am now an Initiate of the Fisherman's Guild. Alright, and that's the same. So I don't think I can actually do anything with the Fisher's Guild yet, right? Yeah, so I have to get up to novice rank before they will actually let me do anything with my fish or my points. And yeah, Sito, they have like a whenever they do an R, they purr it, right? They do the rolling purr R. And look at all these fine fisher folks out here. I wonder what you can even catch in this place. Like, I honestly don't know what you can catch here. So hey, let's give it a shot, right? Looks like they're catching Bastor sardines, some Bastor bream. So what do we got here? That's junk. The thing about fishing in this game, technically speaking, you don't need to look at a walkthrough. Like, technically, if you have a bunch of rods and a bunch of lures, technically you can just cycle through them all and, you know, see what works, right? Technically. Oh hey, a coos. Okay. I'm not sure what level coos are. Like, I don't know if that's even a fish that will give me EXP or not. God, that sheep hat. I keep thinking it's a fro, but it's, yeah, it's just they have a big sheep on their head. Let's switch out. So what'll the rogue rig catch me? What can I get with that? Also, the seagulls are intense here. Ooh, it looks like someone just, it kind of looked like they snapped their line, but I think Abyssal over there, it looked like they snapped their line. Which, that would suck if they actually had like a proper rig on it. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Bastor sardine. Worthless. Okay, let's whip out the sinking minnow. It's for catching bottom fish. Man, a lot of people just hanging out by the Fisherman's Guild. Also, I gotta be honest, are there even any gulls around? Oh yeah, there are. There are. The constant seagull noises is kind of driving me insane. I wonder, so okay, with the fish that I have, there is like a little shop here, and they'll buy fish at a premium. None of the fish I've got. Hey, let me see, what do they... So they'll just straight up buy your rods, right? Yeah. Their prices aren't the best. Not the best. I don't know, fishing is just fun, damn it. It's just fun! Let me swap out to my composite fishing rod. Let's see if I do a little better with that. So the sinking minnow and the composite fishing rod. The funny thing is, the Mog wardrobe, like the 5 slots that I've got, the purpose of those is to put in your alt gear, right? Like for your other classes, or maybe you just want to swap gear out. It's meant for your normal profession, you know, your combat gear, right? Mine is full of fishing rigs. Like all I have in there is bait for fishing. Okay, I don't think the sinking minnow is gonna get anything. Let's try the shrimp lure. And maybe shrimp and halcyon. Let's see what that gets. It's just junk again. Just junk. Wait, are even more... I think this area might be a little crowded for fishing. I'm gonna be honest, I think this area might have too many people fishing in it. Like, I'm not catching anything, and... I mean, look at all the people fishing out here. And I'm sure there's more people fishing all over the zone, right? So probably not a good idea to fish here. It's all tapped out. Well, I guess what I can do is swap back to my normal combat gear, right? The main thing I wanted to do was to actually go to Windurst and turn in my my salmon so that I could rank up. The thing is, if you don't rank up, you physically cannot level up further. Like, if you want to go higher than level 20, you have to rank up to the next tier. And same goes when I hit level 30, I have to do the quest to keep going. So the limiter is off now. I can fish as much as I like. But I should probably actually, like, fight things, do combat, right? Like, oh right, we are playing an RPG after all. Oh, a little too quick on that. Okay, I wanted to put my shield back on. So I guess back to the dunes, right? It all goes back to the dunes. Also, I just kind of looked down and noticed, like, the people in the link shell talking, and, oh man, look, like, high quality crafting. It doesn't require the subcraft to be capped, right? It does. So, like, okay, for some crafts, it's like, okay, let's say you need to have 50 blacksmithing and then 30 woodworking, right? Like, some crafts need multiple skills in order to function. So apparently, if you want a high quality, you gotta max out both of them. Fun. Also, 25 gil and some armor. I kind of just kill goblins when I see them now. Yeah, I'm sitting on some goblin mail too. I have a lot of goblin parts I can sell. But man, God, I'm hungry. I should have done some sort of lunch. I should have, but now it's dinner time, so it doesn't even matter. And hey there, Radias. God, I can't pronounce anything. Yeah, Final Fantasy XI, HorizonXI specifically. Square Enix will get nothing from me. Well, that and literally I can't play their game because God, the Play Online launcher is just so bad. Even if you want to give them money and play on that thing, like, it just doesn't run, it doesn't work. Because it was made for a PlayStation 2. Alright, so back to the outpost. I wonder how much this one will cost. Like, so from Zolkheim, it cost it's like 800 gil or conquest points. So from Saruta Baruta, now this is a starting zone, but how much they want to charge me? Please don't be 800. Fuck. 800 conquest points. Well, take them. I'd rather pay the conquest points than the gil. Yeah, I mean, even back in like 2003 or so, which is when I played, like, the Play Online launcher was never great, but now it literally just doesn't work. Like, you have to do a lot of technical voodoo to make it work on a modern PC, and there's not really much support for that. The funny thing is that playing on these private servers, like, every private server pretty much just says fuck Play Online, and they make their own launcher, and it generally works better. Like, it honestly works out better than trying to get the Play Online launcher to function on modern hardware. Oh look, somebody wants me to come rep them in Yutunga Jungle. Here's the problem with that. So, Yutunga Jungle, that is physically located all the way down here. Yeah, it's located on this island over here. I have no way to get there. I physically can't get there. In order to get there, you have to do the Kazam Key Quest, which that requires you to go to all 3 of the dungeons that are near the starting towns, like the lower level dungeons, right? And you've got to kill level, I want to say level 30-ish enemies, so I can't solo it. Not a solo thing. But you got to kill level 30-ish enemies until they drop a key, and you need the key for each dungeon. Take it to Juno, and you can unlock the airship pass to go to Kazam. Yeah, I can't do that, so, no jungle for me. Alright, let's see, what I want to do is get my Signet cast on me. It really sucks when you want to go and group up in a place, but you physically can't, right? This is not an option. Okay, so they put Signet on me again. Honestly, I guess I'm just soloing, right? Like, back to soloing, I guess. Wait, what am I doing? I'm going back into town. That is not the way I want to go. Even if I want to sell my stuff, the best place to do that would be in Selbina. Let me think. I was thinking to do like a death teleport to come back here instead of paying the 800 gil or conquest points. I was gonna just switch to a level 1 job and die to come back. But where am I bound at? Sandor, okay, good. So yeah, death teleport would work. That'll work out just fine. So, I don't know, let's do a little fighting. I'll do a little bit of fighting just so I can say, hey, we did stuff other than fish. But I am getting very hungry. I do want to do lunch dinner. I want to do dinner very soon. Okay, so Zulkheim, that's the... Okay, it's only 200 gil to get there, but then they really charge out the ass to get back. Alright, the dunes. Oh, right, my draw distance. Draw distance, set world 10. There we go. Get that draw distance all sorted out. Still a little issues. There's still some things that don't quite render proper, but most things now, yeah, you can actually render them. Okay, so let's buff up and fight something. And I'm currently rolling as a red mage / thief. And it's mostly so I get extra gil fighting goblins, and so I can pickpocket them. Alright, buff up within thunder. And I think there's some goblins just like right down here that I should be able to kill. Unless someone else already killed them, that is a possibility. Yeah, I'm not seeing any goblins, so I think someone already got them. Then in that case, this dragonfly, that's a good target. Yeah. That dragonfly. Gonna pull him a little closer to town, because hey, you never know, I may still need to run, right? Okay. It resisted my paralyzed spell. Excellent. Oh, look at that little baby chocobo he's riding. Oh, that's great. Alright, try to paralyze again. So I did get some of the spells that I was missing. I got regen. Problem is, it takes a long time to cast. So like, here's how long it takes to cast regen. Yeah, it takes way too long to cast in combat. It's fine if I'm not the one fighting, like if I'm casting it on the tank in a party, that works out great. But if you have to cast it on yourself, you kind of have to do it preemptively before combat starts. Man, it's just resisting everything I throw at it. I can't resist bio. Getting lots of skill ups though. See, the problem with Red Mage is a lot of the times I don't really get to fight as much with my sword as I want to and fight in groups. So I kind of have to go back and later on just practice my skills on easy enemies so that I can get my weapon skills up to a competent level. Alright, and I do have some good nuke spells here, so let's finish it off with a blizzard. I think they're weak to ice. Yeah, there we go. 73 experience points, which is very little, but it's fine. It works. It works. Everybody just sitting around waiting for a group. What is this person selling? They're sitting here with their bazaar open. Oh, they're selling things I might actually want, like apple pie. So that gives MP, lowers agility, but it increases int, which is good if you want your spells to land. Pickled herring. Fish myth kebab. So that's dexterity, vitality, and defense. So I think that would be good if you're tanking, I think. So the Roland Berry pie is kind of like a better... No, wait, the apple pie gives more intelligence. So it gives less intelligence, but more int. A tortilla buena, that sounds delicious, I want one. A lot of this food is a little expensive for me, like that's too rich for my blood. And I don't doubt that they're selling way higher than they need to. Like, I would not doubt it. But you know what? I'm feeling charitable. I will buy a singular apple pie. Alright? I'll buy one apple pie off of them. I'm pretty sure they charge way too much. Okay, that'll last for a half hour. Not much, but not bad. And yeah, my int is up to +4 now. The long rest. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is, as I've been leveling up in this game, I'm having less luck with parties, and also, when I get a tell for a party, they often want me to go to some place I physically have no chance of getting to. It's a bit of an issue. Oh no. Not the giggleweed. But I like the bazaar system. I never used to use it that much, but now that I'm a fisherman, I have actually made use of the bazaar feature to, like, you know, just set some of my salmon and stuff up for sale. So hey, if somebody needs a fish for guild points, they can just buy it right off me for a premium. Very nice. Alright, we're almost... Okay, we're up to full. That's another level 23. So what I should have done when I started the last fight, I should have cast regen on myself preemptively. Yeah, so cast it preemptively. It doesn't last very long. It only lasts, like, I think maybe 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, something like that. But for that amount of time, I'm just going to be regenerating my health. Works out nicely. Also, because of that apple pie that I ate, yeah, my spells should land a little easier now. Like that's the reason I wanted to even get it. Is it makes spells, at least black magic spells, it makes them hit much more frequently. I mean, I'm soloing right now. The thing is, it's a bit of a... It's not a solo game with an asterisk. So the thing is that, like, after about level 10 or 15, soloing becomes very, very slow. That's the main issue, is that it's very slow. It's not that you can't do it, it's just the EXP is generally so low it's not worth it. With the exception there is that there are certain classes like Beastmaster that they're just better at soloing than other classes. And if you play a Beastmaster, you can solo quickly and you can solo efficiently, and you can solo enemies that otherwise might even need a group to fight. So I'd say the thing is that solo with an asterisk. If you want to solo, you have to play as a class that is good at it. Or you have to sub-job it to your main class. Like, if you don't want to be Beastmaster in the moment, you level up Beastmaster, and then you sub it to whatever class you do want to play, and that'll let you solo decently. And yeah, with my electric sword, because of my enchantment, just fly swatting them. But I think, I mean, there are things that you can't solo. Like, at certain points in the game, there will be boss fights that you need help to do. But when it comes to just sort of playing and leveling up, you can totally solo. You can totally go it solo. It's just going to be slow until you unlock Beastmaster, and then you have to invest in leveling up Beastmaster. But then no, you can solo just fine. As soon as I hit level 30, I'm going to unlock Beastmaster, and you bet your ass I'm going to level it up. Like, I can solo as a red mage. Like, red mage is not horrible at soloing, but it's no Beastmaster. Alright, let's take on another one. This server does have some things to kind of help out with this, though. Like, what this server does, they maintain the classic experience for the most part, but they've buffed up certain things to make them a little more viable, and also they've boosted resting regeneration. Like, normally when you rest, it's incredibly slow, and that's the main thing that makes soloing not very good if you're not a Beastmaster. But this server, like, the resting is, I want to say, like 4 times faster than the vanilla game. Now that's still really slow. Like, resting still takes a bit. You still have downtime. It's not like Final Fantasy XIV fast, but no, like, you can, yeah, you can solo and rest and actually make good use of your time on this server. It's a good compromise, I'd say. Yeah, like, well, the thing is, so normally, okay, let's take MP regeneration. So normally, the default rate of MP regeneration is like, so you have to rest for 30 seconds, and then every 10 seconds after that, you regenerate, like, once per tick, right? The way that it works by default is you regenerate 11 MP at 30 seconds, and then for every 10 seconds after that, you recover 11 plus 1, right? So it's 11 plus 1, so the 10 seconds, you regenerate 12, then you regenerate 14, and so on, right? So the longer you rest, the more you recover, but it's super slow. On this server, you regenerate 11, like normal, but then it's plus 4 for every tick after that. So Like, instead of like 11, then, you know, then 12, then 14, it's 11, and then 15, and then what? Then plus another one. Oh god, math, god! But then it's like 20 something. I don't know. It accumulates really fast. And there's another factor too. So pure spellcasters like Black Mage and White Mage. As a Red Mage, I don't get it unless I sub one of them to me, but the Black and White Mages, they get Clear Mind. Normally what that does, like in the default game, Clear Mind gives you, it gives you an extra +2 to your MP regeneration. So like that ticking regen when you rest like this, it gives you a +2, right? On this server, it gives you a +15. So yeah, like, that is insane, right? Like, that is a huge boost to your MP regen. But like I said, it's still something where you're gonna be sitting and meditating for a little bit still. I mean, a lot of games were kind of like this back then. I mean, this is how EverQuest worked, right? Like with EverQuest, you know, you only really regenerated your MP if you sat down and meditated, and it was kind of a cumulative thing. A lot of games kind of went with something similar to that back in the day, and I mean, it does work. It's just really, really slow. And it does serve a purpose. Like in both solo and groups, it's nice to have a little downtime in a game like this. Like, I appreciate having a little downtime, honestly. If I wasn't streaming, when I'm resting, that's my, like, okay, get up, go to the bathroom, maybe do a little cleaning, you know, hey, pop on that Netflix, right? It's your time to just take a moment for yourself, right? But when you're in a party, it's your time to just talk with your party members, right? Like, while everyone's resting, you talk with each other. You interact like social humans. So it does serve a gameplay purpose. It's just, the resting was a little too excessive, I think. Like, no one wants to be sitting and meditating for like 5 minutes, right? That's a little too much. But 1 to 2 minutes, that's fine, right? You know, 1 or 2 minutes is okay. That's acceptable. Let me use my actual black magic on this thing. Again, I think they're weak to ice, I think. Oh, there's their cursed sphere. Against me, that doesn't really do much, but that's a massive AoE attack. Like, that will wreck a party. Alright, and I do have access to Cure 3. I can Cure 3. And I'll do my recovery right here. So, the thing is, with games like this, you can either let it enslave you, like both you and the players that, like, especially metagamers, they'll make you treat it like a job. The way that I play games like this is I just do my own thing. I solo a lot, I go fishing, I just enjoy the game, right? And when I group up with people, I may not be the optimal party member, but like, I play the game my way and I have fun with it. And I've never hit max level, I'll tell you right now. I've played this game on various servers since like 2003. I've never hit max level, but I love the game and I always have fun playing it. Like, I enjoy my time playing it. It's just, again, you can either let it enslave you, or you just accept, okay, there's some things I will not do, right? Like, I am never going to camp an ultra rare monster. Like, some people will camp a single enemy that's like, this enemy only spawns once per 12 hours and you don't know when, so, you know, you just have to sit there for 12 hours and hope you get lucky and nobody else gets it before you, and then you have like a 0.10% drop chance. And look, Some people, they're willing to do that, and maybe it fits more with their lifestyle. Not for me. But here's the great thing about this game. Almost none of the items in the game are untradeable. So if there's someone willing to do the heavy lifting, you can always just buy it. Like, just farm the easy things that you can just do while you're watching movies or whatever. Like, for me, that's fishing. And, you know, farm the gill, and then just buy the thing off of someone else. And then you don't have to stress yourself out about it, you know? That's the way that's how I go about it. Yeah, I just think, like, it is very easy to kind of, let a game like this become your job, but, like, yeah, don't let it stress you, don't play in, like, don't let other players make you play in ways you don't want to. Just have fun with it, right? Even if it's slower, even if you never see the maximum level, it's probably not all that exciting anyway. Just have fun with the journey. That's what it's about. So for me, as someone that kind of treats it super casual, I find games like this to be incredibly relaxing. Like, even though they are, yeah, very grindy, they're very relaxing too, because they're slow. Like, my hands are not even on my keyboard or mouse right now. I can sit back and I'm gonna sip some water. I could get up, make me a sandwich, come back and the fight would still be going. Like, you know, it's a super chill thing, you know, when you kind of know how to play it and you know what your limits are. Like, there are some fights where no, you cannot get up and make a sandwich, but this is a fight where I can do that, right? It's not particularly hard. I don't have to be on edge, and yeah, that's just relaxing. Oh no, you have to 100% the game. Or else bad things. I'll just regen myself. That's so okay, to level up, I am at 2,600 out of 5,600 EXP. So I got a ways to go, but we're almost halfway there. Oh, we have another player out here doing their thing. Like, look, yeah, people solo, right? Are they a white mage? If they're a white mage, Jesus Christ, that's brave. Maybe a black mage. Black mage would make a little more sense. I can't tell. I can't tell what they are. Maybe they're a red mage too. I don't know. Ooh, a rabbit. And I will get EXP for fighting it. I will. I think I have another end spell too, right? I have in Thunder and in Stone. Neither one is really terribly effective. Like, I should really get more end spells. I'm pretty sure I can get all of them at this point. Oh no, Sita. I mean, I used to care a lot about 100%ing, but at a certain point, I just sort of realized, like, man, it just stresses me out. And that's no way to live, and no way to play games, so I just stopped. Like, hey, if I 100%, all good, completion's great, but I don't need it. But there was a time. There was a time. I mean, there was also a time where, like, I would totally no life second job FF11. I still play it a lot. I still play the game a lot. I really like it. But when I play, I tend to play it much more light, much more casual, and in a way where I can just get up and, you know, I can log off and do something else and it's not an issue. No one's depending on me. Or, you know, I can semi-AFK it, right? That's the way to be for me. I think gacha games, I think they are specifically made to exploit people like that have to have everything, right? You gotta have the super ultra rare platinum version of this character. Look, you don't even know. Next week there'll be a super rare ultra platinum plus, and then plus the next week, and oh god, it never ends. Just jump out the window now. That's one thing I will give games like this right here, is games like this were made before the, you know, the hungry cash shop era of games. I mean, even though we're on a private server here, so you don't gotta pay for anything, but like, even back in the day, yeah, there was no cash shop. The subscription fee was, that was all you needed, that was all you paid for. Like, man, remember games before they got really predatory. I mean, look, I've heard of people, like, even for more Western stuff. I mean, technically, Diablo Immortal, technically that's a gacha, right? Like, technically, even though it's Western. But, yeah, like, I've heard of people just dropping obscene amounts of money on that. And it's like, oh man, that's no way to be. Like, there's people that, like, they spend $100,000 on Diablo Immortal, and they don't think there's any problems with that. Like, no, I don't have a crippling gambling addiction. What are you talking about? Although, I guess it is good for... there are certain people that just, for whatever reason, they make a lot of money and they don't actually spend any of it, for whatever reason. So they kind of need like a real-life money sink, right? It's a real-life gold sink. So I guess games like that are very good for draining them, you know, kind of draining them of their cash, right? It's good for that. Alright, let's see. Buff up. Oh god, yeah, it's weird, but I don't know. There is just a very strange class of people that, like, yeah, they make tons of money for whatever reason, but they, like, generally people that make a lot of money also spend a lot of money on stupid things, which, I mean, hey, I guess technically, right? But it's like, you know, there's people that don't want big fancy sports cars and mansions and whatever else, you know, they're not blowing all the money on mountains of cocaine and hookers. No, it's just they just wouldn't spend the money normally, right? So gacha games kind of, I don't know, they tap into some weird part of their brain and just drain them of their money. But it's a strange phenomenon. But the main issue I have with that type of gameplay, if you will, is so they tend to focus around, yeah, the meta and competitive play and all that. Like you gotta spend all this money so that you can stay on top and win, right? But the thing is, I mean, like if you're only winning because, you know, you're spending a lot of money, I mean, like, yeah, player skill does factor in, but it's like, okay, let's assume everyone is competent and skilled, right? So if the deciding factor is more so how much money you spend, I mean, you're not really playing a game at that point, right? Like, you're not really proving anything. All you're proving is that your wallet's bigger. That doesn't really, it's not really relevant to the actual gameplay, you know? And to me, it just feels like it would be really unsatisfying. I don't really get what people get out of that. Oh, nice. Oh, here comes the cursed sphere. I should throw some spells in. More spells. Fire! Oh, I am getting lots of wind crystals here. I can sell those. Nice sellable wind crystals. And honestly, my rate of soloing here, it's not horrible. Like, I am soloing at a decent pace, I'd say. Though I'm kind of just standing in the middle of this area. Like, another dragonfly could just spawn on me at any moment. Gotta keep an eye out for that. Yeah, like, hey look, there's a dragonfly right over there. He's just standing there paralyzed. This is good. Looking around, making sure they don't pop up behind me, and if that dragonfly comes closer, I'm gonna have to move the fight a little bit. Alright, be ready to lay down a weapon skill. Okay, I'm gonna have to cure 2 myself. I think I'm gonna have to do that. Oh, there's the venom. Well, okay. It's poison. I can't cure poison. Can't do anything about that in particular, but I'm thinking if I should throw down an elemental spell to finish him off. Probably finish him off. There we go. Alright, and then so I can't, look, I'm not a white mage, I can't cure poison, but what I can do is I can put regen on myself, which kind of cancels out the poison, kind of. I'm pretty sure I still won't be able to rest, because I'm poisoned, but it'll keep me from just, you know, it'll keep my health from going down. Yeah, I can't rest because poison. Even if my health is going up, poison keeps you from resting. I kinda hate that. I wish, like, okay, look, if I'm regenerating enough that my health is not going down, just let me rest, right? Just let me rest. Also, all these Taru just sitting out here. I'm assuming that he's a red mage, because I see he's got like a sword and shield, so I'd assume you know, with the name, I'd assume he's some kind of... I'd assume he's some kind of red mage like me. And I don't know, the game's not mean, it's just, it is a team game primarily. Like, normally you're supposed to be in a group, and if you get poisoned, the white mage casts Poisona on you and cures it. You know, that's normally how it goes. But as a solo player, yeah, I kind of just have to deal with getting poisoned, you know? Just gotta deal with it. Like, for sub-job, I went with Thief because I wanted a better, you know, I want more gil, right? I want to be able to steal. And also it helps me to fight. The levels of Thief kind of, it boosts my dexterity, so I have a little more melee accuracy. But, honestly, I probably should sub White Mage or even Black Mage. It wouldn't help with poison, but, like, the reason I have to rest so long is because I don't have Clear Mind. I'm pretty sure I'd have Clear Mind if I subbed Black Mage. Oh, my buffs are gone. Hold up. Gotta reapply that Protect and Shell. Shell doesn't really do much for me here, but the Protect does. That's 21 to have one. Ooh, there's a, what is that over there? There's a Will-o'-the-Wisp over there. It's a bomb type of enemy. Yeah, you know what bomb enemies do. They blow the fuck up. Self-destruct is that's just a you die now move. So I will not do that. Ooh, man, it's criticaling. Ooh. Now, hold on, I can debuff this thing so I can get regen. So, slow. So, slow it down, so then I can use regen. Okay, so I might be able to get regen off before it attacks, maybe. Yeah, see? There we go. It's slow, and then you can get those long spell casts off. Oh, I didn't put bio on it. That debuffs its damage. And I don't really know which one of my weapon skills is, like, the most ideal to use. They all do mostly the same damage against an enemy like this. I don't have anything it's weak to. Except Blizzard. I have Blizzard. That's my magic. So yeah, nice 70 damage Blizzard. Yeah, I don't use my direct damage elemental spells, like, I don't use them nearly enough. Alright, and I'm poisoned for 30 seconds. So that's 30 seconds I can't rest my MP back. Great. Yeah, I may actually want to switch to White Mage just so like, if I'm fighting enemies that poison, switching out to White Mage might be the right way to do this. I don't know, I'm gonna stick to Thief because I'm stubborn. But, look, even though it's slow, I still love this game. I mean, there's other very old MMOs that I like that don't play nearly this slow. Like, you know, like City of Heroes. That is a super fast-paced game. But every now and then, I mean, I just like to slow down and play a nice chill game. Nice chill game. And we're at almost 3,000 out of 5,600 EXP, so I am actually leveling up at an okay rate. Yeah, look, it's brute force. It works, alright? It's a way of life. what I could do though, so look, I always keep some alternate weapons on me. So I have a staff that the only real reason I keep it is it gives me HP and MP. And then I have the U wand +1, which gives me +4 int and mind, which that helps both my white and black magic spells to land more accurately. I could fight with a club. I could fight with that. Like, my damage would be horrible melee, but my magic damage would be a little better. I wouldn't get resisted as much. And also, clubs do have weapon skills. They actually have proper weapon skills that actually do damage and other various interesting things. But I like my sword. Swords are awesome. I don't know, let's try using the wand for a fight. Like, one fight, let's wand it. Like, I should notice some increase in efficiency with my spells on that. Alright, I don't want to attract the attention of the second fly. So, first things first, paralyze. Man, it feels more, like, even more so now, it feels like a literal fly swatter I'm carrying. Okay, so my elemental damage should actually hit pretty hard now. Let's try that out. You still gotta line up elements a little bit, but... Okay, my fire did 62 points of damage, so Blizzard costs 30 MP. Fire is only 24. I don't know, let's see how much Blizzard hits for. That felt like less. It was less. More MP for less damage. Great. Yeah, like when I don't have my weapon damage, God, I suck. Oh, this is also a level 22 one. That's a little higher than some of the ones I'm fighting. I kind of want to switch my weapon out because I don't want to die, but at the same time, I do want to level my club up. It is working, it's just not as good. Yeah, I don't know, I don't want to die here, so... Yeah, let's switch back to this. I'm ready to heal myself if I need to. But yeah, the difference that a weapon can make, the difference. And yeah, technically wands are classified as clubs in this game, technically. Alright, kinda threaded the needle on that one. Kinda went a little low on that one, I think. But yeah, trying to fight with a wand is rough. Very rough. How much does that poison deal? It looks like it's only 1 point of damage. Yeah, it's only 1 point of damage per tick. There's some poisons in the game that they deal, like, I think the most aggressive poison I've seen dealt like 7 damage a tick. So, like, you could die pretty quickly from that. Like, the worst, okay, it wasn't the highest damage, but it was like, it's the poison that the lizards do. It's 5 damage a tick, if I remember right. And it can last up to 2 minutes. So it's entirely possible to just drop dead minutes after the fight has ended because, you know, the poison. Just bring a crowbar and call it your wand. Look, when the officer catches you, you know, with the crowbar trying to break in, it's like, no, look, I'm just LARPing, all right? This is my magic wand. I was just casting an unlocking spell, that's all. Alright, my MP is about as full as I need it to be. And we're over 3,000, yeah, we're at 3,051, so yeah, I can totally level up just doing this. It does work, it's just really slow. The problem is, honestly, Red Mage, I like the class, but especially for Red Mages that enjoy meleeing, party opportunities are not very plentiful, shall we say. Like, the thing is, Red Mages are a dime a dozen. Like, because they are such a versatile class and they have a lot of uses in many different styles of play, yeah, a lot of people want to be a Red Mage. And so, the demand for one in a party is not all that high. Parties can also be very discerning, right? Like, if they want someone who plays a certain way, they can strong-arm a Red Mage to do that. Because, well, there's a ton of them, right? Like, you can always get another one. Alright, its health's going down, so do I dare swap out? Well, I have a weapon skill in me, so let's weapon skill and then switch out to the wand, so I can level that up. Okay. Yeah, the wand damage is not so great, but honestly, the additional damage from the Thunder spell, it's really helpful. It's super helpful. Well, the thing about 14 is that 14 is kind of designed in a very streamlined fashion. Like, the way that 14 is structured, there's really only 3 classes, really. There's blue, green, and red. You know, like, all blue pretty much play the same, all green more or less play the same, and all red more or less need to play and function the same. So if you're red, you deal damage. That's what you do. You might have a little fluff on the side, but like, yeah, you're a DPS. And so it's just that 14 is way more linear in character building, in that you don't really build a character. Like, technically, there is no character building in FF14. Like, I can't, you know, you can't change your stats. Like, you can equip better gear, but that is a linear thing. That's not really a choice, right? There's no choice between, do I want the level 10 sword or the level 12 sword? There's no choice there, right? But, yeah, so because it's more linear in character building, it is understandable that people want classes to play linear as well, right? So even though Red Mage in 14, they do have a heal spell and they do have a resurrect, it makes sense. Like, you're not, like, the role that they are filling in a party is the red role, the DPS. If they're not doing that, they are slowing the party down, because the way the game is structured, it's not like here where there will often be groups that I join where they have a white mage, right? But for whatever reason, the healing is not enough. So they need some extra backup healing, and I have to pitch in for that. In 14, you never get that situation. The way 14 is designed, if you're in 4-man content, that one healer is always all you need. In 8-man, you know, the 2 healers is all you need. You don't need DPS to kind of share the burden. That really just slows everything down. It's the way the game is designed. It's not designed as open as this. So it makes sense, right? The problem is that's not really what a red mage was stereotypically in Final Fantasy, you know? Yeah, like okay, so I'll say this. The only time as a red mage in Final Fantasy XIV that I actually used my heals or resurrects, the only time is if the healer is really bad and they just let everyone die, right? And the thing is that the game is not designed so that like you're not supposed to have this sort of fallback safety net, right? That's how a lot of people treat red mage in that. Like a red mage that is just healing and rezzing everyone is honestly the problem there is on the healer, that they're not fulfilling their role as they're supposed to, as the game requires them to. And using a red mage to kind of patch the holes is not how the game was intended to run. Now, I have a lot of sympathy because I like how red mage works in this game, you know, where it's much more open and there's a lot more possibility. Like how red mage plays here is more how red mage is supposed to play in Final Fantasy just in general. The problem is 14 just is not structured like that. It just isn't. And the thing is that like in 14, like yeah, a good red mage can totally like keep the party from wiping and get everyone back up on their feet. They can totally function as a healer. It's just really, really not ideal. And if they're doing it, it means like it means the actual healer role in your group is basically you need to just kick them, right? You need to kick them because clearly they are not fulfilling their role, right? See, in this game, like when I have to kind of like I've literally been in parties in this game where I need to be the white mage, right? Like as a red mage, I'm the main healer. I'm doing all the heals and everything, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I would much rather fight. But like I can do that. Like red mage here is designed so that it can seamlessly kind of take the place of other roles. It's good enough at everything to do that. In 14, like red mage is really not meant to be. It's not made as a healer. It's really not. It's a crude safety net. And one where you would really be better off not having to rely on it. And the main reason that see, here's the thing. To me, when I played 14, the main reason I liked Red Mage is I like the idea of Red Mage. But really, it's not what I like. It's not this, right? You know, the FF14 Red Mage is not, you know, they don't have access to all the white magic and black magic. It's not the, you know, the melee mage hybrid job that you want. It's just not that. But I do like the idea of it, but that's kind of all it ever was. It was, I like the idea, and I love Red Mages in other Final Fantasy games. But at a certain point, I kind of realized that, like, I'm kind of just, like, what I was going on a fantasy, right? Like, this is what I want, but that's not how it actually plays. But then the reason that I kind of stuck with it as sort of my main DPS in the game, it's really just that it's easy. Red Mage is a very straightforward, easy class that has good mobility. That's really the reason you stick with it. You know, you have a lot of that, you know, that punch of a black mage, but you've got the mobility of a more ranged class, right? And you don't have to worry about setting things up. You don't have to worry about standing in place. You can just kind of just push buttons, right? It's easy. So that's why I inevitably settled into it. But it wasn't because I enjoyed the class fantasy of it. And it's a shame, because I really love Red Mage in this game. And I definitely wanted that in 14, but it's... you can want it, but you're just not going to get it. That's the problem. I mean, that, and I kind of found in FF14, because I did play all the classes. I've never been huge on Black Mage, but I do like a good Black Mage. I mean, I'll totally play it on this server with this character. I think I want to level it up just to sub to Red Mage anyway. But I always felt like Black Mage in 14 also kind of lacked some of the punch that it traditionally has in Final Fantasy games. Like in most Final Fantasy games, the Black Mage is really not just the glass cannon, but like they're a glass nuclear bomb. That's a better way to describe it. Black Mage is pretty good in 14. They do quite a lot of damage, but I don't think they are anywhere near the kind of nuclear levels of firepower that you get in Final Fantasy XI, or even just a lot of the other Final Fantasy titles. Also, Blue Mage is another one of those... people were really disappointed with Blue Mage in Final Fantasy XIV. I think they really wanted it to be like a proper job, but that's not what the developers went with. They decided that no, Blue Mage does not need to be a job that you can play in normal content. That said, I do remember having fun with Blue Mage in 14. Like, I mean, for what it is, it's fun, you know? The problem is that they sort of segregate it off into its own content, and that doesn't feel good, you know? Like, it doesn't feel good that you can't take it to max level, you know? It doesn't feel good that you can't bring it into dungeons outside of pre-made parties. Like, that doesn't feel good. Ooh, I got Starlight Attack. Restores MP. Very valuable. Very. No, in FF11, there are no limited jobs. In 11, Blue Mage can be experienced in its full magnificent glory. This server does not have them yet, because Blue Mage came with Treasures of Ut-Ergen. But on Eden, they do have Blue Mage, and I never unlocked it, but I played with a lot of Blue Mages, and they're not as overpowered as you would think. Like, the abilities have been balanced for team play, but the abilities are still there, and they're still very powerful. So, yeah, it's a powerful class still in 11. Oh no. Oh no, Sito. But yeah, Blue Mage here is it's pretty good. Also, there's a lot of classes that I don't have any experience with in FF11 because they came like way after I stopped playing back in the day. A good example is Final Fantasy XI does actually have Scholar. It's very different than 14 Scholar, but it is still a healer. There's, let's see, 11, so FF11 has, I think they have Rune Fencer, which I'm not even sure, I think that's more, like, even more of a mage fighter hybrid than Red Mage. Like, I think that's sort of like a mage tank class. They've got Dancer. Dancer is in FF11. Geomancer. They've got Geomancer, which I have no idea how that functions. Again, that's a kind of a later expansion pack class. Let's see, they've got Puppet Master, which has their own customizable robot that you actually have to buy like you have to buy or earn parts for it. They've got Corsair, which is a little like Bard, except it uses a gun, and it, like, Corsair's whole thing is that they roll the dice, so they have like a dice roll ability, and whatever random number the dice comes up with, that determines what you are buffing the party with. So you're kind of like throwing down random effect, random strength buffs to your party, just whenever, right? It's an interesting class, I'll give it that. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's any overtly evil classes in Final Fantasy, like, ever, but I think the closest you get to that is Dark Knight, right? Dark Knight's as close as you get to an evil class. Well, Gambler is I'm pretty sure Gambler is Corsair. Like, I think Corsair is Gambler just slightly reworked. They're kind of pirate themed, and yeah, they have the whole random dice throw ability, so they're gambling on buffs for the party. They have a bunch of random type of abilities, and I do believe they use some guild too. Like, it might be Corsair or it might be another class, but there are classes that actually use guild in this game, like, directly. But I think Corsair is this game's version of Gambler. Let me try out my my MP draining club attack. Ooh, that actually drains it. I drained 36 MP. That's actually not bad. That's actually a decent amount of MP. I might have to use clubs more often. Huh. Like, I didn't know the MP drain would actually be decent. But also, Burn, you gotta hop on 11 sometime. I have grouped up with Vexus once, helped him do some of the nation quests, and did a little farming too, a little XPing. Oh, I'm gonna need a big heal soon, so let me ready up a cure. Let me lay down a big old cure 3. Just whip that cure 3 out. I wonder, let me see, I have like, you can kind of see what some of the classes are here, like, just because of the gear, right? Yeah, Blue, Scholar, Geo. Yeah, I'm not even sure what all classes there are. There's a lot of classes in this game. God, this fight's going on. I'm trying to level up my club skills so that it's actually, like, useful. Here we go, I can Starlight again. And then I'll switch over to my sword. Look at that, more MP. 22 more MP, very nice. Oh my god, I got invited to a Kufan party. I can actually get there. The problem is, I'm really hungry. I want to eat dinner, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure she's gonna be home like any minute. And yeah, it's dinner time. I should really take my party flag off. God damn it! Why do all the like, this literally happens to me every time I get a group invite. Like, I will put my flag up for hours when I'm not doing anything, you know, like I'm doing other things. So I just put the flag up, right? So like, if I get invited, I get invited, and then I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll do a little partying. Nothing. No invites. None. But then I need to do something, right? I need to make dinner, or it's bedtime or whatever, right? And then it's, oh, hey, want to join our party? I fucking hate it. I have real bad timing with that. But one thing I will say, Burn, I do wish that, like, I wish Final Fantasy games had more kind of evil-aligned classes, but I guess generally in Final Fantasy you are the hero, right? So, you know, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't really make sense, right? Yeah, Reaper in 14 is more... That's more edgy boy dark rather than evil dark. Again, I think like the closest you really ever get in Final Fantasy is Dark Knight. That really is kind of the closest it ever gets. I mean, the good news is, Vern, in Final Fantasy XI, their scythes are a weapon choice. A lot of classes can use them. But actually in 11, the favored weapon of Dark Knights is not the greatsword. They can use those, but the favored weapon is a scythe. Like, that's what the high-end Dark Knight weapons are. They're scythes. So really all 14 did is they kind of took Final Fantasy XI Dark Knight and they just sort of split it up into two different classes. I mean, actually, that's kind of what they did. Oh, you know what? That's kind of what they did with Machinist and Astrologian, because Astrologian has a bit of that random factor like Corsair, right? And Corsair is more support, but Corsair is the gun class in 11, so yeah, they kind of split up the weapon and the theming and abilities. I've noticed that. A lot of things in 14, it's like they took concepts from 11, and then they just sort of split it in half, right? I think originally Astrologian was supposed to be more of a time mage theme, but I think they dropped that pretty early on. Like, you don't really get much of that vibe anymore. And yeah, Sito, I mean, that's just, you know, that's DLC, that don't count, right? But for questionable morality, I mean, you know what we need to play sometime? I keep wanting to do it. I would like to take a look again at Elder Scrolls Online, because I think I have the content and everything to be like a necromancer. I kind of want to... I literally got the content because I wanted to play with Donna, and she got it too, but then we just never got around to it. But I really want to try out the necromancer class in that. I want to commit crimes. That, and it's been ages since I played ESO, and I actually liked it. I thought it was I think it's actually a good game for what it is. They're not necessarily evil, but you never get to play as one in the normal game, you know? Like, I can't think of an Elder Scrolls game where they let you do necromancy. Not as a main school of magic. It's never a main school of magic. But let's see. I don't know. God, I'm look at this. I'm getting like multiple party invites and everything, but I'm hungry. I am hungry for dinner. The luck I have. The luck I have. So I don't know. I think I'll kill it here, right? Because I'm getting to the point where my stomach is growling for food. Like, I really need to eat something because I completely skipped lunch. And I think, honestly, I have more coffee than food in me today. And that's never a good sign. It's never good. But, I don't know. I didn't expect to play Pathfinder for so long. I didn't think I'd get back into it. I think I might have better luck doing it on my own now. I think just getting other people's perspective and just kind of taking it a little more easy for a session, I think that helped. I was really overthinking all the choices in the game before. But I will have to do more FF11 and I guess tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow more of this, and also we could take a look at ESO, like make a character, right? Could make a character and play around a little bit. I don't know. Or more Pathfinder. I don't know if you're up for more adventures of, you know, Doublus, the chaotic, evil, worst dictator / wizard overlord ever. Don't know if you're down for more of that sometime. But, alright, yeah, I'm gonna keep my character just logged in, and I'll totally just I'll keep playing on my own. I like it. You know, I'm having fun. Maybe I'll get another party invite. But I gotta, dinner stuff first. All that stuff first. So, hope you had fun. We will pick this up again tomorrow.